Electric cars are often described as the future of transportation, quiet, clean, high-tech, and supposedly better for the planet. Governments are pushing them, car companies are betting everything on them, and social media constantly repeats the same message, that electric cars are better in every way. But what if that isn't the full story? And what if electric cars actually come with serious downsides? Downsides that most people never talk about. Downsides that could make them worse than you think for many drivers. Because this video isn't about hating electric cars. It's about looking at the real trade-offs, the hidden costs, and the problems that don't show up in commercials. Because while electric vehicles can be great, they are not automatically better for everyone. One of the biggest selling points of electric cars is that they are marketed as zero emissions, which is technically true at the tailpipe. But the environmental impact of a car doesn't start when you turn the key. Electric vehicle batteries require massive amounts of lithium, cobalt, and nickel. And mining these materials destroys ecosystems, uses enormous amounts of water, produces toxic waste, and often involves unethical labor practices. In some regions, lithium mining has caused groundwater shortages for entire communities, and much of the world's cobalt still comes from mines where child labor has been documented. On top of that, producing an electric car, especially the battery, creates more carbon emissions up front than building a gas car, meaning many electric vehicles must be driven for years before they become cleaner overall. And that assumes the electricity powering them is clean, which in many places it isn't, because electric cars don't run on magic. They run on electricity, and that electricity often comes from coal, natural gas, or oil. So while your electric car may feel clean and silent, the pollution is simply happening somewhere else. And in regions with dirty power grids, charging an electric car can produce emissions comparable to, or even worse than, efficient gas cars. Especially during peak demand. When power plants switch to less efficient, more polluting energy sources, then there is range anxiety, something gas cars don't really have, because you can refuel almost anywhere, in just a few minutes. Electric cars rely on charging stations that aren't evenly distributed, don't always work reliably, and are often slow, crowded, or broken. And while this may not matter if you own a home with a charger, it becomes a serious problem for renters, apartment dwellers, rural drivers, or anyone without guaranteed access to charging. Cold weather makes this worse, reducing range, slowing charging speeds, and draining the battery faster just to heat the cabin, turning a rated 300-mile range into something much lower, which can make road trips stressful. Charging itself is also far less convenient than advertised, because even fast chargers can take 20 to 40 minutes for a partial charge, and over an hour on slower public chargers, compared to just a few minutes at a gas station. Installing a home charger can cost hundreds, or even thousands of dollars, especially if your electrical system needs upgrades. Meaning, electric cars are only truly convenient if your lifestyle already fits them. Repairs are another hidden issue, because while electric cars have fewer moving parts, battery degradation is inevitable, and replacing a battery can cost $10,000, $15,000, or even $20,000. Sometimes more than the car is worth. Fewer independent shops can repair electric vehicles, forcing owners to rely on dealerships with higher labor costs. And even minor accidents can result in electric cars being totaled, simply because battery components are involved, something insurance companies are already noticing. Long-term ownership is still a question mark too. Gas cars have over a century of proven reliability data. Electric cars do not. Over time, batteries lose range, charging slows, and cold weather performance worsens, and heavy reliance on software introduces bugs, glitches, locked features, and the risk of lost functionality when support ends, turning cars into computers on wheels. Ultimately, electric cars make sense for some people. City commuters, homeowners with chargers, and predictable daily driving. But they are far less ideal for long-distance travel, cold climates, towing, heavy loads, or anyone without reliable charging access. The real problem isn't that electric cars exist. It's pretending they are the perfect solution for everyone. Because while electric cars are impressive, fast, quiet, and technologically advanced, they also come with environmental trade-offs. infrastructure limitations, high repair costs, and long-term uncertainty. They are not automatically better, just different. And for many people today, a modern gas car or hybrid may actually make more sense. Because the future of transportation won't be one solution. It will be a mix. And understanding the downsides is just as important as celebrating the hype. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe.